Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travisp11. I want to welcome you back to the channel. Well, first thing I want to do is send a shout out to Ghost Tactical. He'd redesigned a logo for me and created a logo for my channel. Before I just been using a thumbnail picture of me crawling up an 8-foot tall climbing wall at the Colorado School of Mines. Did that without oxygen, mind you. But you know, I thought it was maybe time to move on and get something that's a little bit easier to recognize and something I can start getting out there a little bit more. So this is the new logo for Travisp11 for the channel, and I'll be launching a Spreadshirt page over at Spreadshirt.com. I'll have a t-shirt up and running and a design, and you can get it put on different types of clothing if you want to. I'm not going to make that go live just yet until I get the clothing line all figured out. And the reason why is they give you 15% off within the first 2 weeks of purchases for any customers that come to the channel or that come to the website. And so I just want to make sure that I've got that all taken care of. I want to make sure I've got a variety of products up there that you can look at. And then after that, I'll go ahead and get that Spreadshirt page live, and you can go up there and check out the latest in Travisp11 gear. Come join the Travi side. All right, so got that out of the way. Now, this was a viewer request from a little while ago. I had a person that said, hey, can you let me know, what is your EDC, or can you just do a pocket dump video? And I thought, I don't think I've ever actually done one before. I've kind of featured some of my pistols before that I carry on a regular basis, but what I'm going to do is kind of combine a bunch of stuff together, and I promise I won't take up too much of your time, but it's kind of interesting to see what a person carries on them. Now, I know you're always going to get one-upped on any kind of a pocket dump because there's always a better knife, there's always a better flashlight, there's always a better gun, right? But this is what I carry, this is what works for me, and this is something that would work for just about anybody that doesn't want to break the bank. So first things first, let's go ahead and start off with the flashlight, probably the single most debated thing amongst us prepper dudes and EDC guys. So what we have here is an Ultrafire UK68. It's not a very bright light. It has 3 settings on it. It's got high, it's got low, and a strobe. And it just runs on 1 AA battery. I like these because they're inexpensive. You can usually score these on just numerous websites like wish.com and so on. I think these are probably marketed under various brands, and they run like $5 or $6. If you buy them in bulk, I usually buy like 10 at a time and then just put them all over the house so I have them all over the place. Sometimes you can get them for as low as $3.50 or $4 a piece. It does have a concentrated beam mode, and it also has a more of a dispersion beam mode. It's kind of soaks it with light, but doesn't really have a focus beam. And then you push in on it, you can adjust the beam if you want to. So running time on these things, it's really hard to tell. It's not the longest run time. Maybe 4 or 5 hours, I suppose, on a AAA battery, maybe 8 at the most. They tend to just kind of wear down the battery as time goes on. So about once a year I do replace the batteries in these things, but they always start up, they always work well. They're mildly water resistant. I wouldn't necessarily call them waterproof, but they are a very simple design. They have a Q5 LED. I'm not sure if it's an actual Cree brand LED that comes with it. Let's see, the weight on it is only 2.2 ounces. Aluminum alloy finish, and it's just got kind of a blackened paint on the outside, or it's aluminum alloy material itself, and you just have a little pocket clip here. So they're a little bulky, and I know there's always a thinner, better flashlight out there, but these work great, and if you drop them or lose them or break them or whatever, you're not really in too much trouble, unless it's the only light that you have, in which case you're going to be in trouble. So we'll just put that off to the side right there. Let's see, up next, what do I do for fire? A Bic lighter. Now, I used to watch a lot of Nut and Fancy videos, and he shows you all this gear and all these different things, and I've since gotten away from his channel for personal reasons. But one of the things that I do remember him saying is when he's out in the woods, out in the sticks, he actually just takes a Bic lighter with him, just a simple Bic to get the fire going, because he doesn't always get the the 2 sticks together with the string and all that crap, and puts the tinder together and lights it all up. So a Bic lighter is nice to have. I'm not a smoker, but it's just good to have instant flame if you need it. They're cheap, they're lightweight, they're all around just a nice source of fire. So that is what I have for my source of fire in my pocket. The knife itself, this is actually, this was given to me. This is a Kershaw. It's an Emerson design Kershaw knife, and this was given to me from, I believe, Mel the Nut, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I didn't mix this one up. And he sent this one to me. Picked this up at Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. This has been my EDC for several months now, and it has held up really well. This is an awesome self-defense blade. What I like about it, but you do have to be careful with it, is that it does, because of the hook right here, when you pull it out of your pocket, it actually flicks the blade open. Now, I really can't tell you the materials. It's just a simple stainless steel blade. It says 6055. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the material, but it does hold an edge really well. This isn't really my utility knife. I would see this more as my straight up self-defense knife. The blade on this is just a little bit large for small jobs. You have to be really careful when you're using it. It does have the checkering on the grip on one side, which is kind of nice. stippling, I guess you could say, and then it's smooth on the other side, but I have no trouble holding on to it, grabbing it. I have not had to use it for any kind of a self-defense measure, but it is basically my EDC pocket knife. Now, I'm not allowed to take weapons to my job, unfortunately, but as soon as I get back in my vehicle, again, this is what goes in my pocket. And because it has a clip, I'm able to keep it exposed so I don't get any kind of a concealed weapons, you know, issues that I run into with the police. After that, I've got my Leatherman Rev. I don't spend a lot of money on Leatherman tools. I love them. The problem is that I always lose them. Like, I'll set them places or put them down or forget about them. And I've gone through several. The Rev is, I think these are like maybe 30 bucks at Walmart. But you got your pliers. You know, there's a million reviews on YouTube on these things. I'll tell you what, though, I did break one of the pieces in my Wingman, which I keep downstairs. The little plastic cutting tool. Leatherman just gave me an envelope to send the pocket tool back in, and they sent me another knife. They sent me a brand new knife, which was really cool. I was just expecting to get the bit or the piece or whatever and do it myself, and that was not the situation. So again, this is the Leatherman Rev. It's one of the lower cost pocket tools that are out there. It's come in very handy. I usually keep this next to my knife in my pocket. And you got your screwdriver, you got your different types of screwdrivers, you got your little ruler, your file, your hook. This is your plastic cutting tool, which I think I snapped one on my other knife, or maybe it was on this one, I can't remember exactly, but Leatherman did take care of me, didn't ask for a date of purchase or receipt or anything like that. And it does have a nice little blade that'll come out. This thing right here is sharp as heck, man. You can cut through quite a few things with it. I mean, it's very, very sharp. It's got a nice edge on it. And I do actually keep a couple of these in my vehicle, like one in my vehicle, one in my wife's vehicle, just to have in case I ever need to do any kind of repair. So this one's going to be on me too. Let's see, what else do we have here? Hot sauce. I always have a bottle of Tapatio with me. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm joking. Laugh with me here. Okay, the firearm is the next little piece. I've gone through several different EDC firearms. Started off with the Taurus PT111 G2. Loved it, but I did sell it. Unfortunately, I bought a Sky CPX2, which was a huge mistake. After about 3 years and 1,000 rounds, the thing basically had to be completely rebuilt in order to function. So I went ahead and got myself a Car CT9. Now this pistol is hot, it is loaded. I do keep it this way. It's a self-defense weapon. I am very careful with it, and I will not fiddle around with it too much. This is a great little double action only pistol. The CT9, at least I think it's double action only. It's kind of unusual. You don't have a second strike capability. It is striker fired. You can get these for like 300 bucks from Bud's Guns. They do take a little while to break in. You know, after about the first 50 or 100 rounds, it does run reliably. I don't have any issues whatsoever with any kind of ammo in it. I do just keep Hornady Critical Defense in it, and that's pretty much it. What I like about it is just 8+1, which seems kind of crazy for such a huge gun. Why not just carry a Glock 19? It's just the thinness on this thing. It's literally 1 inch thick. And I love that thin profile. It's easy for me to carry it in 4 seasons. And again, you do have a 4-inch barrel, which helps you a little bit with velocity when it comes to actual use at the range. Taking it apart and cleaning it's a little bit of a pain, and I've done some videos on it. It does have nice aggressive stippling in the front and the rear, or checkering on the back strap, whatever you want to call it, on the foregrip, to keep it planted in your hand. It is fairly smooth. It's not a very aggressive texture on the sides, but it stays planted when you fire it. It's got just a simple little line dot feature going on that you use when you line it up to shoot it. So great little gun. Now again, the CT9s are only 300 bucks. The only catch is that you don't get another magazine with it, but because it's such a low standard capacity magazine, you can get magazines on eBay for like 12 bucks for it, or 15 bucks. And that's what I did, is I had myself a second magazine. Now, I actually carry the magazine in just a cheap little pocket tool sleeve, and I put this in my pocket, and this keeps the spare magazine in place. This will sit in my my fifth pocket, like your little key pocket on your pants. If you wear big enough pants like I do, you've got a pretty good size fifth key pocket. I know I'm a geek, but anyway, this gives me another 8 rounds, so I've got 16 rounds total, well 17 if you do the +1, which I usually do, again loaded with Hornady Critical Defense. I think it's just 115 grain maybe, nothing too crazy. The holster itself is an original Klinger Stingray. I've tried the Stingray 2 and it's fine, and I've tried the Harry's holster and that's great too. Not for this gun, but for other pistols that I have in my collection. But I always go back to this one. This is just a great holster. I love it. What's cool about Klingers, they do offer, I believe, this is either a 2-inch or 1.75-inch belt clip, which some places don't go past 1.5 inches. And I like that because I use a really thick EDC belt from Sheepdog Leather, and it doesn't always clip. You know, if I've got a thinner belt clip, it won't stay locked into place. But this pistol's been wonderful. Recoil is very light. It's manageable. What I like about having such a thin, long grip, you can get an awesome purchase on the pistol. I mean, you can really get a good grip on it, which isn't always the case with a lot of your compact pistols. So I know there's always better pistols out there. But this one has been working really well for me. And last but not least, just a pen. I use the Papermate Inkjoy Gel 0.7mm tip pen. I need to get myself one of those self-defense pens. I think they're made by maybe Uzi or one of those other companies. I need to get something a little bit nicer, but this does the job. And this writes on just about any kind of surface. It has a nice rubberized texture, so it's easy to grip. It's got the gel ink, and it does not smear, which is really cool. I really like that about it, and that's one of my favorite features of it. So that is it, guys. That's, man, I'll tell you what, that took a while. Again, this is just the different items that I tend to carry on me when I'm out in public. Now, granted, there's places I can't carry this. My work, obviously post offices, hospitals, government buildings in Nebraska. The knife, again, you know, these are just EDC items. If you guys have any recommendations for upgrades that I could maybe look at, go ahead and please post them in the bottom of the video. I'm a little terrified to say that just because you never know what people are going to say. Oh, you need to get this, you know, $600 titanium Benchmade, whatever. Okay, I probably will. But anyway, guys, that's it. That is my 2018 pocket dump. I'll keep carrying this unless I have any issues. This is just simple, basic, just functional items that you can carry on you. No real high dollar value associated with any of these items, and I think that's probably a good thing sometimes, because sometimes it's easy to lose these things, or if you have to loan them to somebody, you might not get them back. So there you go. All right, guys, so thanks for watching today. If you like what you see, please like or subscribe. You can check me out over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, gunchannels.com with my Saturday morning podcast called The Caliber Corner. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Travisp11, over on YouTube. Lots more content coming your way. Again, this was a viewer request for an EDC carry video as well as a pocket dump video. So there you go, guys. Oh, last but not least, I'm sorry, phone. I use a ZTE, I believe is the company, Max Blue. This is a $200 smartphone. It's running the newest version of Android. I don't know if it's 7.0 or 7 point whatever. This is a straight talk phone, so you get this at Walmart, and this is just an awesome phone. 6-inch screen, Gorilla Glass. It's got an 8-core processor. 2 gigs of RAM, only 16 gigs of internal storage, but it'll take up to a 128 gig SD card. And this thing is just awesome. It is a phablet. I know it's huge, but the older I get, the easier it is for me to read. And I do sometimes have to do a lot of reading and a lot of composition on my phone. So this almost takes the place of a tablet or a laptop for the matter. Battery lasts all day long. I want to say it's maybe about a 6,000 milliamp battery. I love the quick little fingerprint on off. I mean, it comes on instantly. And it'll also log me into some of my apps, which is really cool too. I really like that. But anyway, that's what I run for my cell phone. It's not really rugged or water resistant, but at $200, if something happens to it, like my ZTE Max Duo did a year ago where it fell into the cat's water dish, I don't really feel it quite so much in the pocketbook as I would if it was like a brand new, say, Galaxy S9 or iPhone 10 or X or whatever they call it. So anyway, there you go, guys. That is it. Thanks for joining us. EDC Pocket Dump 2018, guys. Do enjoy, and I'll be putting more videos up on the channel. So guys, have a great time. Have a nice day, and as always, we will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.